We need to talk. Your shit is messy, dude. Honestly, this is a super quick fix, so it really bums me out to hear all these extra strings that you don't intend to play. Really irks me. Anyway, let's dive right in. Have you guys ever heard anything that sounds like this? We're gonna use Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne as an example. Again, that's not good. We don't want that sound. Whenever we're playing single notes, if we just keep a little bit of skin on the bridge here, that will dampen the strings. You may see sometimes people have something like this groove gear, whatever it's called, fret wrap, like that. Does the same sort of thing, but we can do that just with our hands like a caveman might. No extra tech here. What this does is just keeps the strings from ringing out and bleeding to each other. It's sort of like a palm mute, but if you go closer to the bridge, you're not necessarily really muting the strings. It's just keeping everything a little tighter sounding. So, for example, if I'm playing this Crazy Train riff, and this is a little messy. You hear all that, right? Just a little bit of skin right here. You can hear a huge difference, right? This is also super important for arpeggiated passages, keeping our strings from bleeding into each other and just making sure everything is clean and audible. So I'll play it once without string dampening and then once with a little skin on the bridge. Hear all that extra noise? That's not good. I don't want you to hear that. All I have to do is take my picking hand, stick it right here, try the same thing. One thing about that too that a lot of people don't talk about is there are varying degrees of pressure that you can apply to this bridge, right? If I want it really just dampened and not muted at all, I'm just hanging out over here, not doing much. That's still cleaner. If I really want something more muted or tighter, just you can push in a little bit. To wrap it up, anytime you're playing single notes, it's probably a good idea to have your hand anchored here. I know some teachers say otherwise, and depending on like what you're playing, you may want to keep your hand floating. I know some really incredible guitar players that advocate against anchoring your hand, like Emil Wursler, who is so much better than I could ever even dream of being. And I'm trying to play things the way that he does, and hopefully you can too. But in the meantime, if you're hearing a lot of strings ringing out, this is a quick fix and not a bad idea as you're working towards these maybe more advanced techniques where your wrist is floating and those sorts of things. So, single notes, hand should be on the bridge, especially when you have an overdrive or distortion or fuzz sound. That will clean things up immediately. Thank you.